Hello and welcome. My name's Kate Atkin and it's Learning at Work week this week. So I'm doing a series of very short videos to give you a little bit of inspiration on their theme for 2017, which is curious and creative. The first one, curious. Let's start with that particular word. Curiosity killed the cat, poor pussycat. But in actual fact, the word curious can be really, really useful. So the first tip on Monday is that I'd like to give you the opportunity to think about using that word curious in the course of the next few days. Hello and welcome. My name's Kate Atkin and it's Learning at Work Week 2017, Day 2. With the theme of curious and creative, I touched on curiosity yesterday. So today, let's take the word creative. Creativity is often thought of as something on a scale. You either are or you aren't, something or something in between. But what I'm going to suggest today is that you take that aspect of creativity and instead of thinking about whether or not you are creative, try thinking about it in a slightly different way. Instead of, am I creative? Think about, how can I be creative? That will send your brain searching for ways in which to be creative, ways in which you can add to someone else's idea, ways in which you can twist something that's already happening to create something new. So, send your brain searching with that question, how can I be creative? Rather than whether or not you are creative. Because those labels that we give ourselves, the I am or I'm not, I will talk about tomorrow. Look forward to speaking to you then. Bye for now. Hello, my name's Kate Atkin and it's Learning at Work week, day 3. Thank you so much for your comments on the previous 2 videos. I've loved hearing from you. And as I discussed yesterday, I said I'd be mentioning the power of labels today. So we've spoken about curiosity, we've spoken about creativity, now labels. Labels that we give ourselves, such as one that could be, I am not creative. Carol Dweck's work is fascinating on this subject. She talks about fixed and growth mindsets. And a statement that's black and white, such as I am not creative, is very much in a fixed mindset. You don't send the brain searching for something, which is what I mentioned yesterday. But there's another powerful 3-letter word that you can add to that sentence that will completely change the way in which your brain thinks about it and then change your own behaviours as a result. That word is yet. So instead of thinking, I am not creative, think about, I am not creative yet. And there are 2 more words that I'd like you to give some thought to over the next few days. When we talk about ourselves, sometimes in the course of giving ourselves a label, it could be, I'm only a, whether that's an assistant, whether that's a trainee, or whether that's I'm only a middle manager. Or I am just a trainee, middle manager, just an assistant. Those words, only and just, serve to undermine the strength, the knowledge, the skills and the abilities that you bring to your work. So add the words yet to the ends of black and white statements and remove the words only and just. I look forward to seeing you on day 4. Thank you. Hello, my name's Kate Atkin and it's Learning at Work week, day 4. During the course of this week, I've had the pleasure of talking to a number of clients on this year's theme, curious and creative. And one of the themes that's come up to do with curiosity, asking that extra question to understand more detail, and with creativity, putting forward your ideas in meetings, is an internal chatter that many of us have that goes somewhere along the lines of, who am I to ask that question? I should already know the answer. If I've got this job, then if I ask that question, they maybe find out that I'm not as good as they really think I am. That internal chatter is linked to something called the imposter syndrome, or more technically, the imposter phenomenon. And it's that I'd like to touch on briefly today. Because one of the things of the imposter phenomenon, if you experience it, is an intense fear of failure. Now, why? Why do we need to be perfect all of the time? I know, for instance, that in recording these videos, they have not been perfectly articulated. You may not have spotted those errors, but I certainly have. But does it really matter? And sometimes we need to let go of that desire to be perfect and risk failure, risk a comment that suggests that it's not 100% correct. So one of the suggestions I have for you, if you have this desire to be perfect, is to understand that, as you probably already are aware, it's not reality. None of us can be perfect. But we can think about what could we do to 80%. So 80%, is that good enough? Hello, my name's Kate Atkin and it's Learning at Work Week Day 5. This is the 5th and final video in the series, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for your feedback during the course of the last 5 days. So the final thing that I'd like to talk about is to pick up again on that imposter phenomenon. We have an internal thought that goes, I'm not that good. What they see isn't really me, because of course we know ourselves better than everyone else. But that's the internal perception. The external proof is often different. And who says the external proof isn't correct? Who says that you are the best one to be the judge of your own knowledge, skills and experience? So another way in which you can start to overcome the imposter phenomenon and these internal thoughts of self-doubt is to look and understand the strengths that you bring in the workplace and of course outside of work. How can you do that? Well, a simple way would be to ask people. Ask them, what is it you're good at? And when you get some good feedback, ask them, what specifically did I do that was good? But of course, another way would be to take a strengths profile. And there are a few that I recommend that are on my website. So if you'd like to go there and take a look, the website address is www.kateatkin.com/imposter. If you've got any comments, questions or suggestions, then please do get in touch. I look forward to hearing from you, and it's been a pleasure talking to you this week. Goodbye for now.